Hello, and welcome to Birdeye Live, the show dedicated to the digital transformation of local businesses everywhere. Join me, Justin Meredith, your host and digital marketing evangelist at Birdeye, as we learn from industry experts about the how and the why for taking your business online and claiming the most valuable real estate on the internet, that first page of Google. I am honored to be joined by Birdeye's head of product marketing, Rebecca. And Rebecca has joined Birdeye earlier this year and has already made a huge impact. We have been working together, putting together an awesome webinar series. We've done a couple of other things, but this is the first time that you and I have joined together for a live stream right here on Birdeye Live. How are you? Welcome to the show, Rebecca. What's been going on?
Hi, Justin. Great to see you. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. I am excited to be here, and I am really excited about this webinar series.
That's awesome. So, as we just mentioned, we have a pretty big webinar series coming up this week. It is called the Reviews to Revenue Masterclass. And the first installment of this four-part series is called Using Feedback to Grow Your Business. Can you tell us what makes this specific webinar maybe different maybe than some of our previous ones?
Sure, absolutely. It's the first in an installment of 4 webinars that are focused exclusively on answering the big question of how your online reputation and reviews drive revenue for your organization. And we are going to get very, very specific and tangible with the data that we share. And we've invited a huge panel of amazing customers who will be joining us, and they will be sharing very up to the second statistics about the impact of reputation and reviews on their bottom line. And then we also have an SEO expert who will be joining us, and we'll talk a little bit more about them later. But I'm really excited about the quality of the presenters and the specificity of the data that we'll be sharing.
That's awesome. So I want to peel back the curtain a little bit. If you're tuning in and watching, Rebecca and I just jumped off the first practice run for this webinar, where we were able to get into a meeting with all of the panelists for this webinar coming up on Thursday. And I am just super pumped for this discussion. Just getting to talk with all the panelists in the same virtual room for the first time with everyone together, it just got me really excited because these guys really, really know what they're talking about, and they're really, really good at what they do. They're going to be providing some insanely awesome insights and tips, and they're going to be telling their real world stories of how they were able to help build their business's online reputation. So this webinar and the series as a whole focuses on online reputation, how to build it, manage it, improve it, and ultimately how to use it as a way to help your business grow and increase revenue. So, Rebecca, can you tell us a little bit about why having a strong online reputation is valuable in today's marketplace?
Absolutely. I mean, reputation has been essential for organizations since the beginning of commerce. It's just that we used to ask friends and family for recommendations, and now that conversation has moved online. And we turn to the internet to give us feedback on what a reputable local business looks like. So the statistics show that today's consumers begin their buying journey online. In fact, 81% of them will conduct an online search before going to a physical location. And only 25% of those people who were searching will ever make it to the second page of Google. So it is absolutely essential if you want to be found, if you want your local business to be found, that you show up on the first page of Google, and that when you do show up, you look as attractive and reputable as possible. And what that looks like in today's marketplace is that you have a comprehensive and up-to-date Google profile, that you're providing interesting updates, and that your reputation looks fantastic. And we have a lot of really interesting data that our panelists are going to share about how even a small difference in your star rating can have a huge impact on if someone chooses to do business with you, or if they select the next competitor on Google. And so we'll be talking a lot about that. So, especially today when the market is getting really competitive, your reputation can be the difference between growth and stagnation. And like I said, your reputation on Google helps people establish trust. And it helps, not only the individual consumer that's going and seeing your page, but Google itself and the algorithm is seeing your reputation as a reputable thing that helps it decide if you're going to show up at the top of their search results or somewhere in the middle.
Interesting. And I think that's something that's going to be talked about a lot, and that is establishing that trust, not with just your current customers, but prospective customers, and even with Google. Developing and working on that relationship with Google and building that trust is absolutely imperative if you want to rank higher online in the search results. And especially because with the way that things are moving with mobile results, people using their phones more, an increase in ad space and and Google business profiles, it just makes the competition to get into that first page of Google even more competitive. There's less real estate than before, and it's even more important to make sure that you have that trust with Google. Otherwise, they're not going to place you in that first page. And as you were saying earlier, only 25% of people ever go to the second page. Well, it's getting even harder to get in the first page. So taking advantage of the time you have now and being able to put into practice the steps that you need to take to build a strong online reputation is just absolutely crucial. So you had mentioned that we were going to dig into these panelists a little bit more, and I'm excited for that because we have some absolute rock stars. So can you tell us who's going to be on this panel?
Absolutely. So we've got 3 Birdeye customers who will be joining us to share their experiences, and then 1 industry expert. So on the customer side, we will be joined by Marissa Endy Van Chieri, who is the marketing director for Sunburst Shutters and Window Fashions, based out of Arizona. They manufacture and sell high-end window treatments. They've been around for 40 years. They've got 35 locations across the US, and they really have a lot of insights to share about the importance of reputation when you are selling a high-end product that requires a larger investment. Reputation is so important in that space. We will also be joined by George Gregorian, who is the marketing director for Sev Laser. Sev Laser is a medical spa that specializes in laser hair removal. They've got 27 locations across the US, and they've been a Birdeye customer for several years. They have some really amazing stats to share about the impact of reputation on their business. And then our final customer joining is Sean Young, who is the Director of Technology and Communications for The Glass Guru. And The Glass Guru is a franchise that does residential glass repair and installation services, and they have 82 franchise locations across the US. So we are really excited to have these customers share their insights from their industries. And then last, but certainly not least, we will be joined by Steve Wiedemann, who is the CEO and senior search strategist at his consulting company. He's been a friend of Birdeye for quite some time, and he puts the mastermind in our mastermind series for sure. He is our go-to expert on all things Google and SEO. He's absolutely brilliant and has just some really fantastic stats to share. He is also an adjunct professor at UCSD, and he is the author of a book called SEO Strategy and Skills. So he really has the numbers to share if you are looking to make a business case for investing in improving your online reputation.
That's incredible. And I think even during just like an hour ago when we were talking to Steve in this dry run, he just let us know that the textbook that he had written, SEO Strategy and Skills, is now being used in 32 different colleges, which is incredible. Steve's a great guy. I've been able to have multiple webinars with him. If he's in a webinar that we're doing, it's one that you want to register for because I feel like I've learned more from just doing the webinars with him than I ever did doing my own research for these webinars.
Absolutely. And you know what I love about Steve too is that he's able to take some concepts that might be a little abstract or challenging for someone who doesn't live and breathe SEO, and he makes them very comprehensible to the layperson. And I don't want to steal his thunder, but he has a really fascinating data about the impact of going from 3 stars to 2 stars or 4 stars to 3 stars. I won't share what that impact is. You'll have to tune in on Thursday to find out, but it's pretty shocking, the impact that it can have on your business. So I just love that he's got, the data to back all
Mhm.
of this up.
That's exactly. I mean, I'm excited for it. And speaking of that, if you are watching this right now, whether it's live or on demand, if you click the link in the caption, and I think we may also be providing the link in the comment section where you can register for the webinar, save your spot. You should be able to add it to your calendar so you don't miss it. We scheduled it for this Thursday during lunchtime around 10 a.m. Pacific time or 12 o'clock Central time. So grab your cup of coffee that's going to get you through the afternoon, that afternoon lull, and maybe a sandwich or something for lunch, and join us for an awesome discussion with these guys. So this panel is full of experts from all kinds of different industries. We have home services, we've got health and beauty, we have an SEO expert just in the general world of search engine optimization. And so, what this tells me is that if you are a business that receives reviews and has an online presence at all of any kind, or if you don't have one and you need one, then this webinar series is for you. So, make sure you click in the link and register. The importance of an online presence is only getting bigger as time goes on. I feel like that's now it's almost like saying the sky is blue. It's like, yes, everybody needs to be online. You need to have some sort of way that people can reach you, but without actually just having to be physically in front of your store. And so get on that train now before you're scrambling, a year, 2 years from now, thinking, oh my gosh, all of my competitors are all over Google and I have no idea what to do. This is your sign. If you're scrolling down your timeline and you see this, stop and register, because this is the moment where you're able to take that chance and really take strides on your online reputation. Now, Rebecca, I'm going to let you go here in just 1 second, and I only have one question left for you. And for our audience tuning in today, do you have any tips on how they could improve their online reputation? What's something that maybe someone tuning in right now on this live stream can do to help grow their presence?
Absolutely. Well, the core thing, um, absolutely 100%, is deliver amazing service. Care about your customers, care about the experience, do the right thing. Assuming that everyone is out there doing that, then it's a matter of translating that into your online reputation. And I think the number one most important thing you can do, even if it feels a little bit painful, is to respond to all of your reviews. And not just the negative reviews, all of your reviews. And it does a lot of different things. First of all, it demonstrates that you care. I got married in June, and my husband and I sat down and wrote a review for every single vendor that delivered services to us that day. And it was time consuming. It was definitely one of those things after the wedding, we just wanted to relax and enjoy our newly married life, but it mattered to our vendors and it mattered to us that we shared that feedback. And it felt so good when they responded back to us and told us that it was their pleasure to help us out and how wonderful it was to be part of our day. That was huge. And by the way, this is a total aside, but the picture we posted of our beautiful wedding cake got over 1,000 online views in a week. So if you ever doubt the reach of these reviews, it's huge. It was incredible. But respond to your reviews. It shows that you genuinely care about your customers and their experience with your business. And when it is an angry review, it can really take the tension out of that conversation. And it can show that you genuinely care about rectifying a situation that was probably, an innocent mistake. And so that's just on the customer service side, huge. And then there's also a big when potential customers see that, they see, okay, you actually care. But there's a big SEO benefit as well in responding to reviews. And it all goes back to Google Trust. If Google sees people are actively posting about your business, they know that you are an active local business that is delivering services. And when you respond to them, it shows them that you care. And so they take that into account in their search rankings. So 2 things. Deliver
Yes.
great service and then respond to your online reviews.
Awesome. Yes, exactly. You can't expect 5 stars if you don't deliver 5-star service. Thank you so much for these tips, Rebecca. Thank you so much for giving us your time today. We're super excited to see you on Thursday with this awesome panel of experts that we've been able to compile and work with to create this awesome first installment of our Reviews to Revenue Masterclass series. Again, click the link in the caption or the comments. I think it might be in both, and sign up. And this is only the first installment. There's going to be 4 episodes of this. So we're going to be covering all kinds of topics that range from reputation to online presence to getting more reviews. We're going to be focusing on all sorts of things, interviewing some really, really, really talented and intelligent people, more talented than I am in terms of the knowledge. These guys are just so smart, just learning, just talking to these people in the dry runs and even just an intro call to learn more about them. I'm learning. So it's going to be a super amazing series. And I mean, I can't imagine a better way to kick it off than with you, Rebecca, and with this panel that we have coming up. For more information, go to birdeye.com and watch a free demo. Register for the webinars, read our blogs. We have some amazing copywriters who have been putting out some amazing thought leadership type of content where the whole goal is just to help businesses improve. And whether that's with bringing in more reviews or managing their online reputation, we have all sorts of material that can just help you be better. So again, thank you, Rebecca. Follow us here on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, to stay up to date on everything Birdeye and to catch up on all of these live streams. We're going to be posting a lot more of these. We're going to be doing a lot more interviews. We're going to have some great guests coming in to do some of these live streams. So stay tuned for that. And we will see you all next time.
Thank you so much. See you on Thursday.
See you.